this time I'm going to take the trim knife and make a cut. I lean it at about a 45, and I take my palm of my hand and just tap that in. This knife is so sharp you don't have to pull very hard. And put a pretty steep angle on that so it will lay down nicely against the counter. And just trim that out. Then I can come back and trim this off in a little bit. And I'll get rid of this piece. And I'll go over to the other side and make it, trim it just like this. Now I'm going to use the pull down strap to start the pull down process of pulling the seat down into the tree. And I've got a foot bar here that I apply the pressure with. And then I'll tap it down with a cobbler's hammer that has a wide flat nose on it. Now each ear needs a nail in it, right slightly about a ½ inch down from the top, I would say. I'll go over to the other side and do it. Now I'll take my cobbler's hammer and hammer the seat in, and then I can come back with a rubbing stick and work some of the wrinkles out that are underneath here. Doesn't really feel like there's any. You can usually tell right quick. So now we'll come change our angle and come in from the back here, and I'll show you how to trim out for the hole in the front of the seat here. There's a couple of different ways that you can come up with your hole shape where you put your hand in there. You want plenty of room so you can carry your saddle before you saddle your horse up. After you do so many of these, you'll get where you know about how to just hand cut that. A lot of times I'll use my padded seat pattern. This is the basically the shape that I like. I can set this in here, feel it both sides of the base of the kennel, and then find the center up here. And you have to be very careful with this part of the cutting process. If you cut this too wide, when you refit the seat in there, it will pull down just a little bit too much. So you'd rather make your hole cut up this way rather than down too far. So I'm going to put just a light mark here with my scratch awl, kind of where I want it, and then I'll make a cut and then double check. Another thing to keep in mind is the nails that are at the back of the swell where you fitted the swell on. You want to always make sure your seat jockey is cut up high enough that the nail heads do not show.